Well, good morning, everybody. How are we all today? I'm looking down because I just literally went to pick a bag of seed beads up off my desk and they ran everywhere. Good morning. How are we all on this really, really warm Friday morning? It is Friday, the end of the week. Whoop, whoop. But it is hot. It is hot. Let's be fair. It is hot. So I am ready and sat in my nice cooler studio to get crafty and creative. So let's put in my stuff. I've got what I think is a really sweet mate for today. A little bit of chainmail, something a little bit different. Some really cool large sort of hematite rings. They're really cool. And so let's go ahead. Now, if you are here and you're joining me, please say hello. Rachel says, good morning from a hot and sunny Barrow. It is so hot and sunny. Just realised what a mess that is. I had a bit of a attack of the background, as you can see there. The manta ray did a dive bomb and kind of took everything out. So I'll just try and rearrange that very briefly. There we go. Just kind of have that. Oh, look at that. Quite cool. So it took a bit of a dive bomb and gate crashed everything. Okie dokie. So it's lovely to see everybody. Good morning, Camille. You've been away for the week. Well, I'm glad that you were able to catch live. I'm glad that you were able to join me. Have you been anywhere nice? What have I been doing? I just feel like this week's been a bit of a blur. If I'm honest, it's been a busy week. It's been a bit of a blur, but I'm excited for tonight because tonight, so last week, I'm going to just bore you with my tales of now. Let me just put my phone on silent. That's normally quite helpful, isn't it? There we go. So last week I went out with some friends and we went to a Lido in Portishead, and it was really lovely. So the Lido, it's an outdoor swimming pool, and it's slightly raised. So obviously being a bit higher, you get the height of the the sun warms it up. And it was just really, really lovely. Anyway, my glasses are wonky. Anyway, we loved it so much. We actually looked and discovered that they were doing a moonlight swim under the full moon. And that's tonight. So tonight, we are going back to the Lido, 10:30 at night, to do a midnight swim under the full moon. How cool is that? Might not be for everyone. I appreciate that. But for me, super excited. So me and my friends are going, and my daughter's coming as well. So, and my husband will be taking some photos. So if you like a bit of cool photography, he will be doing. I'll share some of his pictures. So a couple of you are joining me now. Lovely to see you. So good morning, Mina. How are you? Good morning, Heather. How are you? Warm in Liverpool. Come on up to the Yorkshire Dales. I hope you had a nice time. Good morning, Jan. Good morning, Carol. Good morning, Joanne. Very hot Coventry. We're expecting 31 degrees today, sun and blue skies. I get the vibe is very, very warm everywhere. And I feel like doing this swim tonight, I was a bit worried it might be a bit chilly, but if anything, last night was anything to go by, I feel like I was going to be fine. We're probably going to be quite grateful for that swim. Okie dokie. So I do, if you can hear a noise, let me know if it's bothering you, because I'm full transparency. I have a little baby hand fan literally here blowing cold air into my face because I just need to stay cool. Okie dokie. So let's have a little look at what we've got. Yeah, hot in Leicester as well. It's just hot everywhere. I love how we just all moan, but I mean, I'm also that person that isn't going to moan when it's wintry and rainy, because it's easier to warm up than it is to cool down. That's my general feel. Hello, Savannah. So Savannah's just wandered on in. Come on in. Come on. Get her bed ready for her. She has hurt her leg this week, so she's been a bit limpy, but she seems to be okay. We're keeping an eye on her. You're okay, aren't you? She's getting into position, ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, put the camera on and show you what we've got for the makes today. Let's just see. I can just, there we go. Has anybody got anything nice planned for the weekend? I intend to just basically fill the garden up in the the pool up in the garden and sit in it. That's my plan. Pool, garden, sit. My family, so Tony and my husband Tony and my daughter Kayla and her boyfriend are going to go to We the Curious, which is kind of like a sciencey sort of cool place tomorrow. It's part of a club, social club that we're with. But my son's going to head off to Weston, and I'm going to have the day to myself. And I'm going to sit in the pool, and I'm going to chill, and I'm going to have puppy snuggles, and that's my plan. Mina, you are right. It is lovely, and we do need to enjoy it while it lasts. It's the lack of air that gets me, the humidity that gets me. So, you know, if I can stay cool, I'm absolutely fine. And I do love sitting out in the garden with a bit of shade, and that is beautiful. You're absolutely right. We should be enjoying it. Good morning, Elaine. Oh, gosh. 72 degrees in South Georgia. Yeah, good morning. Oh, it's so lovely to see everyone coming in and saying hello. Right, let's have a little look at what we've got planned for today. So I'm just going to pop this camera on and I'm going to switch us over. Okay, well, what a great presentation I had there for you. Oh dear. Oh, Camille says, Buddy, he also hurt his back leg last week, tore a muscle. Poor thing, hobbled along with us on our holiday, although he seems to be fine running with just 3 legs, getting better now. I completely get that, Camille. Yeah, we've kept an eye on Savannah. We've sort of, you know, we've sort of had a little feel. She's not been crying. She's not sort of gone to bite us or anything like that. She doesn't seem to be in pain. It just seems to be when she's walking. So I feel like she's probably been a bit over enthusiastic at barking at a random stranger and ran and jumped and maybe just slightly jarred it or twisted it. So we've been keeping an eye on her, giving her a little bit of Metacam, and she does appear to be a lot better now. And that was a couple of days ago. So we're just keeping an eye on her, but she's okay. And I hope Buddy's okay too. 188 pairs of earrings. That's impressive. That's impressive. Do you want to add some more to it? Because guess what today's make is? Oh, excuse me, what happened to my voice then? Today's make is these cool box weave earrings with these really cool large ring kind of hematite beads. So I'm going to go to the website in a moment and show you how we're going to look at doing these, how we're going to put these packs together for you. But I just really love something like this. I just think it's effective. I mean, again, elements of change, obviously up to you for the design, but I quite like to add this additional detail so that we have a jump ring that almost looks like a kind of, like a Pandora charm kind of bead with that sort of ring. Excuse me, I don't know what's going on with my voice right now. Yeah, so I just really like that element. You don't have to put that there. Of course, this is up to you to play about it as you like. But I just think this is quite a cool, funky look. I would personally wear these quite literally. I think they've got a great everyday going out kind of crossover look as well. There are a couple of different colorways that we've got going on here. Come on, wake up. My camera's being a bit sensitive. There we go. So we've got the silver, well, the rhodium. We've got the we don't think we've actually got the rose gold. Oh no, these aren't rose gold, these champagne gold, and then of course the gold. So we'll go over and have a little look on the website in a moment and see what we have got to put together. But these are the earrings we've got just here. And then of course you can see an example of the beads as well. So let's have a little mooch over to the website. Mina says, I'm really not sure how I will cope as a steam rally this weekend in a marquee. You'll be fine, Mina. Just take your little portable fan with you, keep it charged in, and it will be okay. You'll be in the shade at least, so hopefully, lots of water, keep hydrated. My aunt and uncle have a holiday flat on the seafront in Weston. Oh, down the road from us. The BBC used their building as a set for Father Brown a few weeks ago, and the back area as the police station. Do you know what? I think that Weston is actually used quite a lot, but people don't realise. There was a series on a few years back now with Ralph Little, and it was called The Cafe, I think, and that was filmed in Weston. It wasn't public that it was Western. Like, they weren't saying that that's what, with some things you watch, like you go, oh, I live in Camden, like Camden Lock and all of that. But this was like, that was filmed in Weston. And then there was another series that was a bit random. I think they did one series, found it by pure fluke, and it had what's his name from the In-Betweeners, Will. What's his name? Anyway, the guy that plays Will from the In-Betweeners was in it. And that again was filmed in Weston. When you're like, that's Weston. I recognize that mini crazy golf place. And Weston's a great time. So my son wants to venture to Weston on his own with his friends tomorrow. I'm a little bit like, I'm not sure about this, mate. But, I don't know. He wants to get a bus to the train station and then get a train to Weston. It's not miles away, it's about 40 minutes in the car, and it's probably no different than when he goes to Cribbs Causeway, but it's just like oof. Anyway, I digressed. These are the earrings. Let's go check out where we can get them and what the deal is. So I'm just going to take you over to the website. There we go. So, as always, we're going to go over to www.totallybeads.co.uk, and then we are going to go onto the video tutorials, and we're going to look for the tutorial. This is the box weave earring and pendant. So this is a versatile one that you can, of course, it can go into a drop pendant. It would be quite pretty as like a long style pendant, and then matching the earrings if you wanted to. So this is, we do have the black and match. I think I'm going to demo with that today. So we have the champagne gold, we have the gold, and we have the rhodium. So the kits that you have here at the moment are when you've got silver. Maybe we'll make a quick make with both up. So the deal that you have is that you have the large hold hematite rondelles. Now these are really, really cool beads. Hi Anastasia, how are you? So I just absolutely love these. I'm going to be honest, my very first trip to the warehouse, which was I think scarily nearly 2 years ago now, I think I took these back with me and was like, I need to do something with these. These are so cool. And I just think they are really great. And at the time, we didn't have the slightly larger jump rings. So obviously, since I've been sort of working with Totally Beads, we've gotten a few more sizes of jump rings in to give you a bit more potential. Sorry, my dogs are barking at pigeons. To give us a little bit more, range opportunity with some of the weaves. And so because of the depth of these, I had to wait for the 10 mils to come in, and then obviously I was able to go ahead with this design. So I'm super cool. I'm super happy that we're able to do that. So the packs that you've got here, these are actually your jump ring sections. So this is all of the jump rings that you need. So this is your jump rings in 8 mil and 10 mil and your earring hook. Okay, so you'll get one pair of earring hooks, some jump rings in your 8 mil, and this is your outer diameter, okay, not your inner, the outer. So your outer diameter of a 10 mil and 8 mil. If you want to talk inner diameter, you're looking at a 6 and an 8. Okay, because generally about 2 millimeters between them. So jump rings in 8 mil and 10 mil, your earring hooks, and you get enough to make a pair of earrings and a pendant. You then just need to go ahead and choose your color of beads. So with this, you've got your champagne gold, and you can just see, excuse me, you've got your champagne gold, you've got your rhodium, you're going to have your classic gold, your sort of brighter gold. And then, of course, you're going to have your black, which I'm going to probably demo with now, and your silver. So that is just your jump ring element and your shepherd hooks. You will need to add a chain. Let me just... Benny. Oh, right, now we've got a bit of dog war going on here because Benny wants to come in. No, Benny. No. Benny. No. Okay. I'm just going to check. I'm just going to check one thing. Bear with me one moment, and then we're going to look at these lovely bead choices that we have. So let me just have a quick look and just confirm. So yeah, you can go onto the website and have a little look, and there will be some plain chains to go with this, chains to suit. Again, alternatively, you could buy some more jump rings and actually make your own chainmail to go with it. And then, of course, you have your larger hold Hematite beads. Now the deal that we've got on the moment, the beads are 55p each, and if you buy 2 you get 1 for free. So you buy 2 of your beads and you'll get your 3rd for free. So basically £1.10 for your free hematite beads. And again, you just have your variety of different colors. So you can see here that these are your gold. Now, these are hematite, so they are gemstone. Hematites are gorgeous and they've got a lovely weight to them. You've got your green, you've got your green gold, you've got your hematite color, you've got your mermaid pink, love mermaid pink, you've got your purple, you've got your purple green, you've got your rainbow, and you've got your silver. So you've got lots of opportunity here. And so the intention is, of course, that you can choose the color of your beads and then choose your color of your jump rings and make to suit. You know, I've just picked a couple at random of what I felt were good. Sometimes it's nice, as in the silver, to have that matching colorway. I went with the hematite colored here, and of course the rhodonite colored jump rings. However, again, that with maybe a contrasting color of your black or your gold would also look amazing. I definitely think it's a great deal. So basically £2.50 and then 1. So you're looking at £3.60 to be able to make, excuse me, £3.60 to be able to make a pair of earrings and a pendant, and then just add your chain to that pendant. You've got a full suite. I mean, I think that's a pretty good deal myself. Rachel said, Anastasia, the Western is still showing on TV. I think about, I'm thinking of something. Are you talking about the Western? And it's a fantastic place. We're talking about Weston-super-Mare, which is like a seaside town. It's not in Bristol, but it's kind of like North Somerset. So it's just down the road from Bristol. Yeah, there you go. Rachel explained that so much better than I did. It's a place in the South Coast. Now, let me just see if I have got the larger 10 mils. Here I do. So let's do black pair of earrings for the, and I could even maybe do a silver pair as well. So as always, you know, I do advise kind of prepping your jump rings before you start and having them ready to go. So I've got my 4 black jump rings here. So I feel with the black, what would be a good one? I might go with the gold, the goldy kind of color. I think that's going to look good with the black. So then we're going to have our 8 mils. So I've got my 4, 10 mils, and I'm going to go for my 8 mils. And I can tell you exactly how many we're going to need. So the 4 of your large jump rings, should we say, will all need to be opened. So I'm going to go ahead and prep them now. Anastasia, I'm just chuckling because I'm thinking of if you were asked to explain Western, it's quite funny because it is a lovely little seaside town, but it's known for sort of its murky beaches, seagulls as always. Oops. But it is a great place to sort of go for a day out. And for me in Bristol, it is a very short train trip. So go to the train station, jump on a train, and a day trip in. I've had many a family day trip in Western in school holidays. And it's always great because, you know, we can all jump on that train. It's not too far. The family don't get too exhausted. And yeah, it's just a good fun day out. Okay, what I'm doing is prepping each earring as I go. So I'm now currently doing 4 closed earrings, 4 closed jump rings. And these are all going to be the smaller ones because we only need the 10 mil for the beginning bit. So we only need 2 of the 10 mils per earring. Okay. So I've now done 4 open, and I'm doing another, 4 closed, and then 2 open, and then I'm going to do another 4 closed. Another 2 closed. Move you out of the way. And again, these are really great, quick, easy make I think if you are doing stalls or fairs and you want to sort of be doing something that you don't have to think too much about, but that looks, you know, impressive, this is a great little make for that. Also something that you could even do as a selling point on a stall. If you were doing that, you could kind of say, choose your color beads and come back in half an hour, and I will have your earrings ready for you. And I think it's really great to do something like that. And again, a sort of a top tip I would advise is, if you were to do something like that, say, look, come back at the end of the day or come back in an hour, I'll have them ready for you. What's good about that is you're not showing how quick and easy it is to make. So that doesn't reflect in the pricing, because people are going to say, oh, well, it only took you 2 minutes to make that, so why am I paying that? You could just say, look, I'm going to make this for you. Come back in an hour, I'll have them ready for you. And again, it's something that you could be making whilst talking to other people. I just think it's quite a good little something that you can make bespoke. I do apologise about the dogs. Good morning, Brian. How are you? It's a fun project. Good morning, Yolanda. How are you? Hope things are good. Hi, Lisa. Hope things are good. So currently, just to say, I'm using my large hold round hematite. I'm going for the sort of, what colour? This is the bronze, I would say. And then I've got 2. I'm prepping each earring as I go. A 10 mil. So there's 2 open 10 mil jump rings. Then there are 4 closed of your 8 mil. And this is the outer diameter. And then there's 2 of your open. And 2 of your open, 2 of your closed, 2 of your closed. And then 2 of your open, 2 of your open. And I think actually I only need 1, so I'll move them out of the way. So this is 1 pair of earrings. So let's go. Zamina says, thank you for Helm Crystal bracelet. And I made bracelet yesterday for myself. Oh, do you know what? One of my favourite makes, that one, Mina. When I put that together, I was just like, oh, this is gorgeous. I need to make one for myself. The twisted jump rings and that gorgeous crystal, I just think, love it. I'm really glad. As always, send me a picture, share, tag on Facebook. I love to see what we come up with. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my 10 mil jump ring and I'm going to pop it through that jump ring, that bead. See how easily that goes through? But that's why it was so important that we had that larger size. And then what I'm going to do is add on the 4 closed jump rings. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And close. So if I hold this upside down, you've got your bead, 1 large jump ring, and 4 small closed. So now I need to double it up. So this is a box weave, and all of our jump rings will be doubled, okay? No single jump rings for this weave. So taking that second 10 mil jump ring, I'm going to double up. So back through the bead and collect all 4 of those closed jump rings. And close. But just make sure you do take that time to close this large jump ring properly. So now we have got our large bead, our 2 and our 4. Okay. So now the next thing that we want to do is we're going to kind of place the 2. So if I hold this like this and take those 2 single sort of middle ones, you can see where we've got our sort of drill hole framing jump rings from. So they've just dropped one either side. Now what I'm also going to do is hold this steady, and I'm going to just let the 2 I've got here also go, 1 on each side. And this is where preparation really helps, because I'm going to take my next open jump ring ready, and what I want to do is just push. So I'm almost folding them. So hopefully you can see they've folded up. So they basically stacked on each side and they're folding up. And then I'm just going to move this slightly out of the way over here so you can see. I'm going to just open out the 2 large jump rings, which are kind of currently encasing everything. And where I want to collect, let me see if I've got a coloured wire to be able to show this to you. It's black, that doesn't help, Laura. Just trying to find a little bit of a wire. Oh, I know what I can show you with. It's not a wire, it's just a little pokey stick that I found the other day. actually know where it's come from or what it does, but there we go. So what I want to do is open these two out, and my new jump ring is just basically going to go through. It's going to collect the top of the two we've just folded and stacked. Very much, this is your Byzantine kind of link as well. And it's just going to go through and connect, okay? So through the middle of the two large ones that are overseeing everything, and then just collecting the top of the two we've folded over. So let me come back in with my jump ring, and you'll see collected, and that will lock into place. Now, me personally, I like to now take the other two closed jump rings that we had ready, 1 and 2, and close. And then if I hold it by the two closed jump rings we just added, again, we need to double up. So we need to double that single jump ring up. So I kind of go through the top two because I've already got them in my hand. And then I can hold this in my hand and just simply turn that jump ring around and guide it through that gap. And then close. Okay. So then I'm going to drop these two loose jump rings at the top over again. So I fold them so they come out and drop down either side. So they're stacking again. And again, we're going to repeat that same move. So the difference between a box weave and your Byzantine is a box weave only ever has 4 per link. A Byzantine has 6. So you see here we've got 2 and we've got 4. If I were to add another 2 and do this motion, you would get the Byzantine. If you just add 4, you will get the box weave. So dropping it over, pushing it so it comes up, and then just again taking that open jump ring and making sure we just collect the 2 and come up through the middle. There you go. Now I did miscount a little bit. You should have added another 2 closed jump rings in. So that's okay. You're going to add another 2 jump rings. I just stole them from the other pair. So you're going to add another 2 closed jump rings. And I'm going to take another open jump ring and double up. So through the 2 closed and down and collect those. If you pull it, you see how I'm pulling it? It makes everything sort of have that tension. I can then just gently hold that with my thumb and finger and keep that locked in. And that's going to make it easier for me to go through. Okay. And you then have your next section. And I'm just going to grab myself some shepherd hooks. Because, you know, heaven forbid I'm ready. And I'm just going to collect the black shepherd hook here. And what I'm going to do for this last one is I'm going to, again, fold them over. But on this one, I'm only going to take 1 open jump ring because this is going to connect to the shepherd hook. And then connect it to your shepherd hook. Now, what you will find with the shepherd hooks is that you need to just turn the direction of the loop, because like this, it's going to have that wrong direction. So I just tend to take my my pliers, grip that little loop, and then just kind of with my fingers turn, and that's now facing the right direction. And there is your black version. And the reason I only put 1 to connect it, truthfully, is just because the loops on the shepherd hooks tend to be a little bit smaller. So it's just a bit of a struggle to get the 2 in. So that's why we just go with 1. So that is earring number 1 done. Now, I did take 2 of my closed from here. So I am going to go ahead and just quickly replace them and give you the correct pattern now, which is, bear with me, going to be 2 2 of your 10mm jump rings open, 4 of your 8mm jump rings closed, 2 of your 8mm jump rings open, 2 of your 8mm jump rings closed, and then 1 of your 8mm jump rings open. So I'm going to go ahead and repeat that for you. Pop in this bead onto my large jump ring first, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4. And close. Just make sure you close it correctly. Double up, so take that second large jump ring and go through and collect everything again. There we go. So I basically want to split this into 2s. So I want 2 jump rings to go to one side and 2 to the other, and let them drop down. Oops. Kind of just catch and secure that with your fingers, because what we want to do is start the weave with the top 2. Okay, so I'm pushing them up. So pushing them up so that when this opens out, I can take my shepherd hook, my next jump ring. I just want to come through, so I'm going to just do this again. So what you can do is drop your first pair first, so they drop down lower, and then that frees that second pair up a little bit more and makes it easier and clearer for you to be able to add your first jump ring. 1, and then your 2 closed. 1 and 2. Collect them all again and back through. So you've got your 4. Be losing my jump rings here. You basically need 13 of your 8mm jump rings per pair of earrings. Okay, so dropping this down, letting it go and pushing it back up, and then using my pliers to catch those 2, and then 1 and 2, and close, and then doubling up around. And again, remember that tension brings it all nice and where it should be, and then it's a lot easier to get that second jump ring through. And then finally bringing that down, bring this around and collect that last one. And as I said, the reason that I only do 1 is just because it would be a bit difficult to get the 2 through the loop of the shepherd hook. However, if you were making your own shepherd hooks out of your own wire, you could make them a little bit larger, and then it wouldn't be a problem. And remember again to turn that to face. Now remember, if you didn't want that section, let's say you didn't want that sort of jump ring around that drill hole, then you could of course just only start with 2 closed jump rings and not have that. I quite like it. I think it adds a little extra detail, but you don't have to. So that is our black pair of findings ready to go. So remember, you will have enough in these kits to be able to make your earrings and your matching pendant with your shepherd hooks. The only thing you need to provide is your chain, or you could make your own chain up. I'm just seeing Brian just says, I do that all the time for the same day custom pieces. 100%. Just like I say, yeah, choose your piece, come back. And it just is good because people do get a bit complacent and go, well, yeah, it took you 5 minutes to make that. Why are you charging me this? It's like, well, yeah, but it's still my time, my materials, my you know, I still had to learn that at one point, and all of this needs to be considered. So by just sort of taking away that and saying, come back in an hour and I have these ready for you, is, I think, a great sort of little, and I think it makes it a little bit more special, and it gives you something to do during that time frame as well. Look for the rainbow. I've been doing a few chainmail bracelets. You have, Jan, and they're gorgeous, and it is a very addictive medium. And again, you could, of course, with your 3, you don't have to do your earrings. You could do a little box linked bracelet with these if you wanted to, because you could have got enough space here to be able to you know, go in the opposite direction. So what I would say for these larger beads is you will need that 10 mil jump ring just to be able to get comfortably around the depth of these beads. So as long as you've got that 10 mil to be able to connect around the jump ring, you could then, of course, do a bracelet or a necklace, anything you want, really. I think there's a lot of potential with these. There's definitely something I want to explore a bit more as well. So Joanne says, I'm really missing creating after chipping my index knuckle. Wow, last week I've not been able to make. Well, I hope you take it steady and heal, like Mina's just said. You need to rest and let it heal. Oh, sounds like you've had a lot going on. Borders of fin. I need to feel the resin has helped, so there's no strain. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, because it's easy sort of pouring. Okie dokie. So that is our black version. So I'm going to go ahead and now grab some silver, and we'll do a silver version. So oof, I have too many silver jump rings. Give it to me. Give it to me. Thank you. And then this one, I keep my jump rings in these little kind of toolkit, kind of like, you know, what was it called? It's kind of like a tool box, but like with all the drawers, you know what I mean? My daughter thought it would be hilarious to hide little chickens in places, and I think it's quite cute, so I haven't removed them. But I also tend to overfill, so that was what that was. So 10 mil, what jump rings should we go for these? So yeah, definitely, like I said, in the pack you get 4 of your 10 mils, but definitely if you're having a little shop, I would recommend getting some more 10 mils anyway, and maybe having that as a potential option to have that as a, you know, maybe you could have 3 of these linked into a center bracelet. You've got a couple of packs. You could maybe even do 5 linked into, you know, little sections like this. That would look really cool. So anyway, lots of ideas. You know me, I can't stick to the same plan. So for these, ooh, what should we choose? I feel like it might need to be, let's see what I've got matching. You two. It's going to be these, I think. Ooh, have I got another purple one? Oh, might do them. Okay, so move you out of the way. So again, we could do a pendant, or we could do a another pair of earrings. So as I said, you need 13 of your 8 mils. So let's go ahead and 1, 2, oops, 3, 4, and then so that's 4, 5, just counting them as I go, and 6, and then 7, 8, and then 2 more open, 9, and 10, and then 2 more close, 11 and 12, and then 1 more open. So it's 13 altogether. Now I've got it right now. I remembered it being 13. So there's my Joanne says, I love doing. Oh, do you love? Oh, that's nice. You love these earrings. Can't wait to try doing them myself. Well, again, Joanne, let me know how you get on, because I do love these, and I was really excited to finally get to bring them to you. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep my voice from going weird. So remember, 1 large jump ring, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4. everything gets doubled. So we're going to double this up. Make sure that's opened wide enough. 1 and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Close. Okay, so to get that best effect, drop your first 2 down. So grab the 2 middle ones and drop those down, and then drop the other 2 on top. I find that worked a little bit better because you can then get a clearer area for those top 2. See? Okay, so taking my next jump ring, I'm just going to collect the drop, and then of course we're going to add our 2 closed. So 1 and then 2, and then close that. Remembering as well that nothing gets left behind. So 1 and 2. No solo jump rings on this trip. So 1 and 2. I think I figure out the right way. 1 and 2. And remember with the box weave, it's the rule of 4. So you need 4 new jump rings. There's your 4 new jump rings. Sorry, yeah, I moved myself slightly and I keep pulling it towards myself. There you go. Is that better? Okay. And then bring that across. Fold them up. Moved the camera earlier, didn't I, to go out, and then didn't realise it didn't adjust to my removements. Collect those 2. Add on 2 closed, 1 and 2. And see how quick these are building as well. See how quick they are. Collect the 2. And collect your 2. Make sure there's no Mobius in. That tried to Mobius on me then. Sneaky. And collect. And then that final one. And of course, remember, you don't have to have them as long. If you want them a bit shorter, you could do them shorter. I just went with what I thought was a nice little drop. Now, if you notice when I do this, it's not looking right. And I can see. So it tells me I've not put something in right. Don't know where. So I'm going to go back and click these back up again. Hang on, where is it? There we go. Just take your time, get that done. And then an earring hook. Give it to me, please. Remembering again about that earring, turning that little direction of that loop. I just put my pliers in and turn. There you have your silver. And then again, let's very quickly 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Excuse me. 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 13. So just remember the rule of 13. When you're prepping, you need 4. So you need your 2 open large jump rings, your 10 mils. You need your 4 closed, 2 open, 2 closed, 2 open, 2 closed, 1 open. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right, so let's go again just for that clarity. Bead, add it on, click on your 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and close. Take your second jump ring and double up. And close. Remembering to drop down the first two just so that they have their place, and then the second two over that, push them up. Open this out, and then we can go in with our new jump ring and just kind of go in between those two and collect those two. Remembering to add on our two closed at the same time. Hold it by those two closed, and you can see your single jump ring that we need to double up. So straight through the two, and then just going through the tops of those ones. Okay, 2 and 4, ready for the next one. So open it out, bring it up, and push it up. Next 2 open jump rings. So I want to go through. Now, because you are using a slightly larger jump ring, as in your 8mm, and traditionally a Byzantine or box weaves that tend to be done in like a 6, you are going to get a bit more, it's not going to be quite as stable as it would be if it was in that smaller ratio, but because of the fact that it's an earring and it's going to have that tension, you can get away with it. So it just means that when you fold those jump rings over, they're a little bit less stable. You just need to be a little bit patient. Going around, and then one either side, making sure they're both sitting where they should. I know I've got out of shot, don't worry. There you go. Just trying to grab that jump ring. Oh, this last jump ring does not want to be caught. There we go. And then that final one, to see what I mean about how it loses that stability just because they are that little bit bigger than what would normally be your standard, your traditional box weave, should we say. So you just need to be a little bit more assertive with it, i.e. you will work, and you will work for me now. There we go. There's that one. Find that other shepherd hook, pop that on, and then you can close it, and you can just direction-wise it. And there is your silver version. And then you have your black, your silver, your gold, your champagne gold, and of course your rhodium. So that's all your different colorways. And just for a very quick bit of fun, let's go ahead and do, I'm just going to go with black and gold just because I've got them to hand. As she says, I put them away, to be honest, but that's fine. And I'm going to choose what would be a good black and gold pair. So let's say I wanted to go black and gold. So to do black and gold, I'm going to probably do, not black and gold, black and silver. All in your own time, Laura. Black and silver. Sorry if you can hear my dogs there. Idiots. So I feel like I'm going to do, this is where I think if you wanted to buy 2 packs of colours, a couple of different colours of jump rings, a couple of different colours of your actual rings as well, then you can have a nice little mixes. So I'm just going to have a couple of the silver, a couple of the gold. So in my mind, bye Camille, stay cool. I hope you have a lovely weekend. So I'm actually going to go with the silver on these. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just make sure you are able to shut the jump ring properly, and then doubling up. Okay, and the reason I've gone with the black and the silver in this direction is because that silver is going to drop down and be that sort of bead focal. So you see here, it will drop down and give that contrast. So we have some, I don't think you can hear the dogs now, they're in the garden, but we've basically got some pigeons that are taunting and winding up the dogs. And I feel pretty sure that those pigeons are trying to build a nest in one of our trees. So they are literally just permanently winding our dogs up. So it's a thing right now, and it doesn't help because it's hot. So I need to have my the back door open just to get a bit of air. There we go. You can hear Benny. He's just being Benny. So I'm now going to come in with some black and collect the top two and add my silver as my closed. 1 and 2. And double that up and double that up. Okay, and then, oh my goodness, those dogs. Folding them over. And you notice I'm kind of using my pliers to control the way they fold over as well and stabilize them a little bit. So you can see there what's happened is, and this is just, as I said, because the ratio is a little bit larger than your sort of standard box weave, but it was intentional to be that little bit larger because I felt it balanced nicely as well with the drilled beads as well. But it was a nice contrast. So it was intentional to be that little bit larger. But obviously it just means that sometimes the it's not as stable, so you just need to be a little bit more controlled. And then that black. So let's just think. Now, if I was putting this on a pendant, I have got that potential to double them up. And then, you know, what you choose to add that onto is completely up to you. I've got a little bit of a Viking knit section here. I'll show it on a bit of Viking knit. So, for example, this is Viking knit and it's the wrong colour, but it's to give you an idea. You know, you can have that as that style on there. That would look quite cool, wouldn't it? Or you could, of course, just have it on your standard chain, which we've got loads of, but you know, if I'm trying to put my hand onto any, I won't be able to. But there's a great selection of chains on Tutroial Beads website. So definitely have a little look at that. I'm just trying to see if I can put my hand on any kind of just standard silver chain. Here we are. And I think personally for me, I would kind of want to have that. I think that's a little drop. That's going to be, how pretty is that? There's your pendant. You could have that as a long style or a single style. Or the other thing, of course, is you could just connect it to either side of the jump ring as well. So that's your kind of chain effect. That's using 2 different colors. So, you know, grab those multi-packs and mix those colors up if you want to. I think that looks quite cool. And of course, all your different colorways. I will just take you very quickly back over to the website just so you can see the details for these earrings and pendant. So remembering that the packs are done. These are your jump ring sections, but you do need to add your beads. So you do have your black, which you've seen me create with down here, and I will get a picture over to Tutroial Beads as well, so that they're able to add that to the website. But you do have your black, you have your champagne gold, you have your gold, you have your rhodium, and you have your silver. And again, the silver, we do have this sample of the silver here, so you can see exactly how that looks. Now, what you get in those packs is enough jump rings to be able to make a pair of earrings and a pendant. You do need to add your chain, but you do get shepherd hooks included. And then, of course, you can go ahead, and that's for £2.50. And then, of course, you go ahead and add your beads. You get 3 for 2 at the moment. So they are 55p each, or there'll be £1.10 for free. So for £3.60, you could make these earrings plus that pendant. And I can say categorically that I would be selling these earrings at like a minimum of like £8 to £10. You know, at the end of the day, they are hematite, they're gemstones, they are different, they're unusual. You know, you don't see these types of hematite beads very often. So I think for that, and again, you could make that bespoke. Choose your color bead, choose your color jump rings, and I'll make them up for you. An amazing array of selection colors here. You've got your blue, your bronze, your champagne, your hematite, your green gold, your green and your gold, and your mermaid pink, your purple green, your rainbow, and lastly your silver. So you will get 3 if you go for 2. So you can buy them for 55p each and singularly, or you could buy 2 and get your third for free. So that is everything that you need to be able to make these, I think, really cool pieces. And so, yeah, as always, I would always like, if you do get these kits, let me know. Let me know how you get on. I love to see what people make. Tag me in any of your makes. I'm Laura Binding on Facebook, and obviously with Totally Beads as well. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I'm glad that you like the project. And I'd love to see your makes, as I said. I am going to pack up now and get ready. I'll update you. I won't be back now until 2 weeks' time. So I'll be back on the 31st of July. I'm going up to the warehouse. I'm going to go and get us some lovely, gorgeous goodies for some future lives. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to my moon swim tonight. I hope you all have a lovely weekend planned. You do have the lovely Natalie next week and Kitty on the Fridays. So I hope you have a lovely weekend. And I will see you all